Hey guys, so we're doing an Elsa inspired makeup and hair tutorial. So if you want to find out how to do this look, keep watching. In today's tutorial, we're doing things a little bit different. We are going to start with the hair, then do makeup, then finish with the hair because my hair is still pretty damp. So we're going to start off with this MONAT. It is a Reshape Root Lifter. It says volumizes, heightens, and amplifies. So this says to spray into damp hair, concentrate on roots, and blow dry hair and style as usual. My hair is pretty damp, so instead of spraying it on, I'm gonna start by putting it in my hand. And I just kind of want to do this to see how it feels in my hair first. So it's a little bit sticky, but not bad. Next, I'm going to tip my head upside down, like so, and I'm gonna spray it. And then I'm gonna just go like this to get it all throughout my hair. Now in this hair tutorial, I need a lot of body on top. I'm not too worried about the bottoms, so I'm just gonna spray a little bit more, and then I'm just kind of gonna swish it all in. I already see a nice little lift in my roots. Now we're gonna start with the makeup, and we're gonna see if we need to blow dry this and tie this all back for now so it doesn't get in the makeup. Okay, so now let's get on with the makeup. I'm using Professional by Benefit as my primer and applying that all over my face. Next, I'm getting this concealer from Anastasia Beverly Hills. Now my skin is breaking out pretty bad. I am applying quite a lot, and also this look, because it is basically like a cartoon character, I don't mind going a little heavy with the concealer to make our skin look as flawless as possible. And then I'm just gonna blend this all in. So I look pretty scary, but that's okay. Next, I'm grabbing the CoverGirl True Blend Matte Made Foundation. Now this is the second lightest shade that they actually offer. It is a very, very light shade, and it's called Porcelain. Elsa's skin is very, very, very light, so I wanted to try to match it as close as possible. So I'm just gonna get a beauty blender and very lightly blend this in. Okay, so I'm looking very ghostly right now. So Elsa has pretty round cheekbones, so I'm just very lightly gonna carve this out with a light contour shade, and lightly do my jawline and very lightly do my hairline. Next, she has a really thin upturned nose. So what I'm gonna do is go under my nose like this to make it look more upturned, and then pinch it in. Next, we're gonna grab our Carity Blush Balm in Pale Pink, and we are gonna start with Hey There, and I'm gonna apply that to the apples of my cheek. And then I'm gonna use the next shade, Fleek, and I'm dragging that up. The next step is we're gonna grab some setting powder. I definitely need this because my foundation is so light and caked. So I'm gonna go down the sides of my nose, under my eyes. While we wait for all of this to set, we're gonna do our brows. So I'm gonna start by combing my brows up. Now this eyebrow on me is just naturally a little bit more arched. She normally has this like kind of arched look. So I'm just gonna use this CoverGirl pencil, and she has kind of like a squared beginning to her eyebrow, almost like that, where it's like a little bit square. And then the rest of the eyebrow is pretty thin, so it's kind of like that. She's got very dark brows for her very light complexion. So yeah, and then she has one that kind of goes up. So again, I'm kind of gonna do this looks for a minute so I can see exactly where to go. But again, I'm gonna do a kind of like squared beginning, and then it's gonna be really high, so it's kind of like that. I know that looks a little bit funny because my expression is so like inquisitive. Next, I'm grabbing my Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow in Deep Brown, and with this I'm kind of just gonna fill this in a little bit better at the tail to give it some dimension. It just looks like I have a permanent like inquisitive look on my face. Next, we're gonna brush off all of this powder. If you guys like ever eat too much pasta and then like your stomach is so big and so full that you can't breathe right, because that's like currently what I'm going through. It sounds so bad, but I ate a lot of pasta. Now my stomach's so fat I can't breathe right while sitting down. The things I do for pasta. Okay, our cheeks are still really bright, so I'm just gonna very lightly blend this out with my beauty blender. This Carity is so pigmented, so it's so easy to just go overboard. Okay, so Elsa has got some dark upper lash lines, girl. So the first thing we're gonna do is we are going to fill in our upper waterline, and we're gonna fill in our upper lash line later. Okay, so next we are going to do our eyelids. Now I was looking at a lot of pictures of people recreating Elsa, and they all do blue eyelids, but if you look in the picture, she's got pink and purples. So we are gonna grab this Carroty Rose All Day eyeshadow palette, and the first thing we're gonna do is use this shade Hooray! And we are going to apply that right above our crease. Now she's kind of got like a square eye, so I'm gonna drag this in just a little bit going towards my eye, and then kind of drag it out towards the tail of my eyebrow, and then just go down. So instead of making like a wing, we're basically just going down, trying to get ourselves that nice square eyelid. Next we're gonna go in with Cheer, which is just a little bit of a darker pink, and we're gonna just go over that. So I want to get as close to an identical match as possible, so we're gonna mix together those two shades. Next we're gonna go in with Reshape, I think it's pronounced, I'm not really too sure to be honest, and we're gonna apply this just to our outer corner, and we're gonna blend this towards the center, and then we're also gonna apply this to the inner corner, again kind of trying to square up that area. And then we're gonna go in with Salute, which is like a darker purple, and again we're just gonna go over that area to kind of create a custom color. Next we're gonna grab Pure Cosmetics My Little Pony palette, and we are very, very lightly gonna apply the shade Magic, which is a purple shade, and we are very lightly gonna apply this to our outer corner and also into our crease, almost like making a cut crease with this, and into our inner corner as well. And again, just trying to square that up. Okay, so something like this. Next for the look, we're gonna get Reshape again, and we're gonna put that on the center very, very lightly, just so we just have like a dusting of color. And then we're gonna grab Rose, which is actually a great name for what we're doing, and we're gonna apply that to the center because girl's got a nice frosty center lid, and I want to replicate that because it's beautiful. And also, if you're looking for a good primer, this is the Carroty primer that I used, and it's amazing. Now for the lower lash line, we're just gonna grab a little bit of Salute and apply that very, very lightly to our lower lash line. Now she's got like a very wide open eye, and I don't, so what I'm gonna do is apply some of this white eyeliner in the inner corner of my eye to bring some more light in there, and I'm gonna drag it down just a little bit. Next I'm gonna grab a black eyeliner and just go over my upper lash line. Next I'm just gonna curl my lashes and apply fake lashes, and then I'll be right back with you. So next, Elsa has a pretty thin lip, so I kind of concealed my lips a little bit, but I'm gonna draw them even smaller. And first I'm gonna go in with Carroty's Lip Lock in Kiara, and then just to add a little bit of pink, I'm going to apply this Maybelline. The last step I'm gonna do is just apply some Too Faced Hangover RX 3-in-1 spray. And then I'm just gonna add a tiny bit of this highlighter from Anastasia Beverly Hills. I know she doesn't have highlighter, but I think if it was a person, I think she would. So I'm just gonna do like a tiny bit, because she's icy. A little bit on the dot of my nose, and a little tiny bit in my inner corners, just to add some light in there to make my eyes look even bigger. So our makeup is done. Next step is to go back to our hair. So my hair is actually pretty dry. So the first thing I'm gonna do is just comb this out really quick. So the next thing we're gonna do is create some body. So our roots are already pretty high, to be honest with you. So Elsa's got a lot of waves in her hair. So what I'm gonna do is separate my hair and kind of falsely create these waves. So she's basically got 2 on each side and then a whole bunch on top. So what I'm doing is just kind of holding my hair like this and bobby pinning it to the back to create some extra volume and body, and yes sir. We're gonna get this part. This is gonna be like our second wave. Okay, so we got that side. Let's go to this side. Okay, now Elsa's got like a little tiny bang. So what I'm gonna do is just kind of leave this part out. Now all the rest of her hair on top is very, very, very full. So I have about this much hair left on the top. So what I'm gonna do is go very close to the front of my hair, separate this, and I'm going to back comb it just a bit. Now a smaller brush or comb would make this a lot easier, but I didn't think of that beforehand, so that's that. So we've got some body. I want just a little bit more. And this is when we're gonna go for our MONAT Refinish Control Hairspray. First, I'm gonna spray it under, and then I'm gonna spray it in the front. And this is a light to medium hold, so it's not gonna get crunchy or sticky. So I'm going to do all this body right here. Now I kind of like these baby hairs. I'm gonna keep them here. Now some of this hair on the side has actually come undone when I took the hair from the top. So simple fix, I just pin it. Next we're gonna do a high pony. I'm gonna leave the back of my hair down because if I include that, it's gonna be way too heavy and it's gonna make it fall. I'm just basically going a little bit higher than my regular pony would be, and I'm gonna pull this hair through. And once this hair is nice and tightly secured, I am going to pull this pony just a little bit. Okay, the next step that we're gonna do is braid all of this hair. So I'm gonna separate it into 3 sections, and I am just gonna braid this together. So when you get about halfway, you're gonna want to add the hair that I left behind on the bottom. So just lift that up, separate that into 3 small sections, and add that into the 3 sections you already have for the ponytail, and then just continue braiding. Now when you get to the bottom, you're just gonna wanna get a little clear elastic and tie that in, so the clear elastic is basically invisible. Now to deal with our pesky dark roots, I'm grabbing this Batiste, I'm pretty sure it's called Dry Shampoo Plus. It's tinted blonde, so it actually helps a little tiny bit, so I'm gonna cover my makeup. And see, it's more blonde already. Okay, look at the difference. It's so much more blonde. And the very last step is this. Very, very, very lightly, we're gonna pull apart this braid to make it ultra chunky and thick. And then if you want this to last all day, just grab your control hairspray again and spray it all over. And there you have it. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up, subscribe if you have not, and comment if there's something else you want to see. Bye beauties, love you. Mwah.